Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. In this video series, that is R from 0, in second part I will show how to understand RStudio interface and other stuff. Let's start. First, understanding RStudio interface. So here we have looked four interface. First one is script, that is to write the command. Here we can write the command whatever it is, like print hello, print hello. So yeah, right, it will give here hello. So in this part is known as console, and console execute the commands. Here we write the command and here it's execute. So this is the console, and this part is environment, that store the data. Here different type of data it can store. And then this one is plot or files, different output and files will came here. Here different type of files, plots, and also packages. If you want to install any package, just click here and write install. For example, first we have to install Redexcel, right? You can install it here and then it will come here, and then just give a tick mark. Redexcel, right here, for example, you just click here, tick mark. And also help, viewers, and presentation. So these are the four interface in RStudio. Let's talk about the basic R command. That is the very basic. For example, 2 plus 2 equal 4. 2 plus 2, so it will give 4. Here we have seen 4. And then 3 plus 3 multiply 2, and then you can run it. Bear in mind, this is the run keyboard, run button. You can run it either end of the line or you have to select it. So end of the line 6, and you can select this line and then run, so it will come 6. So this button, run button, you can select or keep the cursor at the end of the your script, and then you can also rerun this. And the source is here, this is the source, that means the content of the active documents. So these are the basic R commands. Or you can simply store different variables, like for example, I want to store some information like this, and this for assign to, for example 10. So 10 will assign in X, then run it. And then I want to store some information like 5 in Y, so run it. So it save the information of 5 in Y. Then you can do X plus Y, then it will give 15 here. X plus Y is 15, that means it is store 10 and Y store 5, that is 15. Okay, and if you use more than one information, for example, I want to store some information in X, 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you have to use this function C, cumulative function. Then you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, then this information is stored in X. Now X is not 10, now X is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to check, then click X and then just show this 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to check the maximum value of X, then write max, that is maximum value of X, then run it. Okay, 4 among here, 4 is maximum value. And if you want to check minimum value of X, then it will show 1 is the minimum value. That's the very basic in our commands, you can use it. And also now we can talk about the data type, what type of data we can use in R. Actually mostly we use three type of data. For example, a store in data like 10, this is numerical data, and then another type of data that is we call it character, and always character will be in double dot, that is the, for example, R or waterlogging, whatever, this is the character. And another type of data is store, that is the logic, true or false, TRUE, true or false, right? So in this type of data are very available in dataset R. Okay, so you can run it. So A will be 10 and B will be the character R. As I told, character always will be in double dot, and then C is the logical, that is the 3. Okay, you can also check whether it's true or not, it's okay or not. Then you can check by class A, so it will show what type of data it is, right? It's numeric data, that is A is numeric data, 10 is numeric data, class A. And what about B? Class B, so B is character, because you use the letter, so character, B is character. And what about the class C? Class C, so C is logical data. We have two logical data, one is true and another one is false. I will explain it in our logical data frame. Okay, now data structure. Different type of data structure you will find in R. Actually it explains how data is stored and behave in R. And again, in R everything is an object. So first we talk about the vector. Vector is a smallest and most basic character. This is multiple value of the same type. Multiple value will come same type, but they are in one dimensional, that is 1D. One information, the information will be 1D, one dimensional, that is either column or row, whatever, and it will come different multiple value, but same type. This is the important, multiple value but same type value will be in vector. I am explaining. For example, I store data as X, C for multiple data storage cumulative, for example 10, 20, 30. Okay, and then X. Okay, you can run it and then right. So these are the multiple value but same type, that means they all are numeric, so it can consider as vector. Okay, now we can talk about the matrix. What about the matrix? So for matrix, first this one is 2D data, that is the two dimensional. It will contain row and column, that is 2. First one row, second one column. First one will be the row and second column. I will explain it. And then again, these are the same type data, it must be same type, right? This is important. So 2D, row and column, and it must be the same type, then we call it matrix. I'm showing you. For example, we can assign information as M. So matrix, okay, matrix we can give 1 to 6, 1 colon 6. That means the data will be 1 2 3 4 5 6, and number of row will be n row number of row will be 2. Okay, let's see. You can run it, and if you want to watch it, then just click M. So run it. Right, you have seen here is number of row 2, that's why it's 3 column, 3 multiply 2, and first one column, this is the first column, and this is the first row. Okay, so if you want to check, and this is the second row, third row, second column. So if you want to, for example, you want to check x, then x first row. Okay, then sorry, right, oh sorry, we are talking about this here. M, right, here you can check M, and then first row. Okay, first row is 1 2 3, so this one is first row will be 1 2 3, this 1 2 3, and if you want to check first column will be then dot 1, that is the first column. So first column will be, let's see, yeah, 1 2, first column is 1 2, and if you want to check sorry, if you want to check, that is from second column first row, it always read from behind, second column first row, second column first row, that is a 3, let's see, right, 3, second column first row, this one, and second column second row, this will be 4, this one, second column and second row. That's how we can identify the matrix, and you can write the script of matrix. Okay, and if you want, then again I need 3 row, then it will be 2 column. Okay, let's see. Okay, right, 2 column, because 3 row means it must be 2 column. Or if you want to take the value up to 9 and in 3 row, then of course it will be 3 column 3 row. This is the matrix. Okay, now we can talk about the data frame. Data frame, it's like Excel file, and you can write the data frame. For example, data frame, you can store the information as df, that is the data frame, and then you have to the data dot frame, like this one, data frame. Data frame first. Okay, fertilizer dose, for example, fertilizer dose, fertilizer dose will be for multiple, you can see, for example, fertilizer dose 0, 50, 100, 150. These are the fertilizer dose. Perfect. And then we can also put another plant height. For example, plant height will be C cumulative. Okay, for 0 it's 5, 10, 15, 20, for example, and then plus. Okay, these are the data frame. Okay, You can check also data frame, just df. Okay, right, these are the data frame, fertilizer dose and plant height. Okay, so that's the data frame. And also you can call a specific function, like for example I want to check the plant height, then data frame $sign plant height. So why use $sign? Just to specify a column or specific element that we want to see all the information from plant height. So let's see, run it and see, these are the plant height information. Or you want to see the information of df for data frame, that is all the information here we store as df, assign as df. That's why I use df $sign fertilizer dose, that is all the information of fertilizer dose will come now, right? Okay, and you can also, someone like previously we check the maximum value of this plant height. Just copy here maximum value, so it will show you the maximum value is 20. Among this maximum value is 20. That's how we can utilize data frame. Now we are talking about the list, very important one, list. Bear in mind, list, it actually different element will store together, that is different type of data, sorry, I should use this, different type of data will store in one object. This is the list. I'm showing you, for example we can say it yy, we assigned yy for storing the information, and then list, okay, a list, then for example plant height will be see, plant height 5, 10, 20 or 30, and then the treatment will be, see, function treatment is characters, so it must be in double dot, that is the control, and then waterlogging, for example waterlogging, right? So this is the information list. Then you can check yy, right, it is stored plant height, that is the numeric data, and also store the character, that is the treatment. So it can store both of these type or different type of data in one object, that is yy. This why we can use list. So we always must use list when you want to store different type of data in one object. Okay, then now come factor. Okay, factor, these are the categorical data. Factor are categorical data, sorry, categorical data. All the categorical data will be factor, like for example treatment like is factor, that is factorial data. Treatment will be factor C, for example control, and then okay, salinity, okay, and right, these are the factor. Okay, then you can check the treatment, see, control and salinity, and labels, control, salinity. Okay, These are the factorial data, that is factor. That must be the categorical data, that is the character, that is control or salinity we can store in this way. Now let's talk about logical building to R. How we can use different logic in R. Say for example, plant height will be 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, these are the plant height. Okay, so we can run it. This is our plant height is this. If I asked that in R we will use 3, that is greater than, less than and equal. So for example, I'm saying plant height is greater than 9, that is greater than 9 plant height. Which plant height are greater than 9? Only one plant height, that is the 10. So it will be true, and this will be false. Let's check. Right, false, false, true. That is 7 is false because 7 is not greater than 9. 8 is false, 8 is not greater than 9, and 9 equal 9. 9 is not greater than 9, and 10 is greater than 9. That's why 10 is true. This is the logical value. Again, if we say that plant height less than 9, so which are less than 9? 7 and 8, so that will be true, and these are not less than 9, so this will be false. Right, so 7 and 8 show true because these are less than 9, and 9 and 10 it showed false because these are not less than 9. And if we also say it plant height equal, to show equal you have to give 2 times equal, plant height. Okay, for example, if I say 5 equal, just to say 5 equal 5, is true or false? It's true, right? So it will come true. If we say it 5 is greater than 5 is less than 4, is it true? No, it's not true. It will be false. So these are called logical data or logical building. Or we can also see another type of logic, that is the if else. I'm showing you, it's very interesting. For example, we are saying that pH, that is pH is say pH is 6.2 or pH is 6.2 for example. Then we can write an argument if pH is less than 6, okay, then we called the result will be RESULT, the result will be acidic soil. Okay, so if pH is less than 6, then result will be acidic soil. Okay, else right, result will be normal soil. So if pH is less than 6, then result will be acidic soil, and else result will be normal soil. Right, okay, I can run it. Else, okay, Okay, we can check the logical data here. Right, we can take from here. Right, do a mistake. Set the logical data, basic R command, vector, data frame, categorical data, logic building. Right, if else. Right, just we did one mistake. That one is okay. Okay, we can run this. Okay, so now just result, SULT, result. So what is the result? Acidic soil. These are the if and else. Again I am showing it. Okay, just so if pH is less than 6.5, then result will be acidic soil. Right, else result will be normal soil. So our result showed that it's acidic soil as our pH is 6.2. So these are the logical building. Now we are talking about the data structure, how data is stored and behave. Okay, we are now talking about data import. Right, logic building finished. So now how can we import the data? So we can import in two way. First, you have to install package R. You can write install package R and then just run it. Okay, I have it, and then library read Excel and just then run it. Or you can come here in package and click install and then write here read Excel and then install from here and then click here. That's it. Okay, and the path for Mac, you can use data information will save as data and then type read Excel and then use this path. This one is for Mac. If you are Mac user, then you can run this, for example, and then click data. It will show the data. Or you can do another way, just no need to use this. Instead of this, you can use tilde and then this is the desktop and the name of your data and then .xls, this for Excel, and then just run it and this is data. And for Windows it's also very simple. You can just use C and then copy it, you can paste here and then everything will be okay. This for Windows. And then you can check your data head data. It will show the first 6 row of your data. So head data, right, first 6 row 1 2 3 4 5 6. Actually this is to check your data is okay or not. And you can also use tail will give you the information of last 6, like these are the last 6. And also you can check the structure of your data. What about the character? Like we have seen treatment, this one is character, so you have to convert it into factor, so we'll discuss it later. And you can check also summary of your data. It will give you the character, class, treatment, or minimum and maximum value of the data. And another way you can also import the data set. It's very interesting. Just come here, import data set, click here and then from Excel, okay, and then come here, browse, click here, and then I keep my data, for example, in desktop. So click desktop. For example, I use a lot of data, so we can choose this way. For example, I use this data, so trend line data, fertilizer dose and plant height. So you can just copy it here and then come here here you can give, or you can take this one is copy it and paste in your script, then write it, read Excel, and trend line data will be in trend line name, or you can change the name here. For example, I want to change the data as demo data. So this is the demo data, and right change the demo data. You have seen its name as demo data, and you can import it. Right, these are the demo data, but bear in mind the name of the data, and then you can write, for example, demo data, and then run it. You will see the data here, fertilizer dose, whatever. So your data will be saved as demo data, or you can change it at, for example, x will be the demo data. So x will be the demo data, so you can click x. You have seen the data here. So that's how you can import your data. Thank you very much for watching.